Did you know that people with high emotional intelligence are 58% more successful in all of their life endeavors than those who struggle with it? That statistic comes from a research by Talent Smart, and it's a number that's pretty hard to ignore for me. Emotional intelligence isn't just a buzzword or a nice to have skill anymore. It's the foundation of how we connect with each other, how we manage stress, and how we would eventually and ultimately thrive in every area of our lives. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be exploring something that's been called the circuit of success for quite a while, and it's emotional intelligence. It's people skills. We're diving into what it is, why it matters, and how mastering it can transform not only our productivity when it comes to relationships, but our overall happiness and balance. If you've ever felt like your emotions get in the way of getting things done, or if you've struggled to communicate effectively in tough situations, you are definitely not alone. Emotional intelligence is something many of us weren't taught growing up. Instead, we were told to suck it up or be irrational. But here's the truth. Ignoring emotions doesn't make them go away. In fact, it often makes them worse. Let's break it down. Emotional intelligence is essentially the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your emotions while also being able to recognize and influence the emotions of others. It's about staying calm under pressure, empathizing with others, and making choices that align with your values rather than reacting impulsively. It sounds simple, right? But it's not always that easy. Here's the problem. In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, we are constantly bombarded with stress, distractions, and demands, and many of us operate in survival mode. And that's basically reacting to situations without taking a moment to pause and process what we're feeling and why we're feeling it. This reactive state not only affects our mental health, but it also affects our relationships, our productivity, and our decision making. Pause and think about a time when you snapped at someone because you were overwhelmed or said something you regretted in the heat of a moment. Or maybe you avoided a difficult conversation because it felt too uncomfortable to deal with. These are common examples of low emotional intelligence in action. And the cost? Well, it's broken trust, missed opportunities, and lingering stress. The good news is that emotional intelligence isn't fixed. It's a skill you can develop and practice, and the benefits are incredible. Studies show that people with high emotional intelligence are better leaders, more effective communicators, and also more resilient in the face of challenges. They're also less likely to experience burnout and are more likely to find fulfillment in the work they do and in their personal lives. So let's start with self-awareness. This is the cornerstone of emotional intelligence. It's about understanding what you're feeling and why you're feeling that way. Think of it as tuning into the signal of your body and your mind, in deep connections with your thoughts and all the things that are happening around you. Once you've identified what you're feeling, the next step is self-regulation, and it doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or pretending they don't exist. It means taking a moment to pause, to breathe, and to process and choose a response instead of reacting impulsively. Some techniques include deep breathing, mindfulness, or even just simply stepping away from that text for a few minutes or a few hours. They can help you regain control and help you make better decisions as to the choices or the reactions you're going to take. But emotional intelligence isn't just about managing your own emotions. It's also about empathy and connecting with others, understanding things from their perspective. Empathy allows us to build really strong connections and helps us navigate conflict with compassion rather than defensiveness. Can you imagine how much smoother your relationship would be if you approached disagreement with curiosity instead of judgment? Social skills is another key component of emotional intelligence, and this includes everything from active listening, clear communication, conflict resolution. When you practice emotional intelligence, you become someone people trust, someone people want to work with, someone people want to talk to, and that's a superpower in any setting, whether it's at work, at home, or even in your community. Now let's take a moment and talk about real-world impacts of emotional intelligence on both productivity and balance. When you're emotionally intelligent, you're better equipped to handle stress without letting it derail your focus. You can prioritize tasks more effectively because you're not overwhelmed by negative emotions or distractions. You're also more likely to set boundaries and say no to things that don't serve your goals or your well-being. Take for example a challenging project at work. Without emotional intelligence, you might procrastinate because you feel the failure, or you snap at a colleague because you're feeling pressure from either performing better or they said something about you that you overheard. But with emotional intelligence, you can recognize that stress, you can manage it in healthy ways, and also communicate your needs and concerns clearly, and the result of that, the more productive and more collaborative and a more positive experience for everyone involved. Emotional intelligence helps you maintain balance and align your value with your goals. You're less likely to overcommit, less likely to overprioritize things that don't matter to you, and instead of trying to focus on what brings you pleasure, you can start focusing on things that bring you joy and fulfillment. Here's the key moment I want you to take away, and it's when it comes to mastering emotional intelligence, it is not about being perfect. Okay, it's about being intentional. It's about recognizing that emotions aren't obstacles. Emotions are information. They tell us things about what our body needs, what our mind needs, what our mental health needs, what we value, what's not working in our life. And when we listen to that information, we can make better choices that lead to growth, connection, and better success. It's also important to remember that emotional intelligence is a journey, not a destination. You're not going to have moments where you let stress get the best of you, and that's okay. It's okay to have that, but what matters really is how you recover and what you learn from those moments. So if you're ready to master emotional intelligence, here's where to begin. You can start small. Practice naming your emotions throughout the day as you feel them. You can pause before you respond when you're in challenging situations, and also try to make a conscious effort to listen more and judge less in your day-to-day interactions with people. And I need to stress this, but the more you practice, the more natural things will feel, and the more rewarding it would feel. If this video resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. What's one area in your life where you think you can practice emotional intelligence? Just drop that down in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to continue the conversation over there. Don't forget to hit the like button, and also if you found it helpful, also please do subscribe for more content like this. See you in the next one. Bye for now.